Palm sugar is one of the basic ingredients of many types of food and drinks. Apart from providing a sweet and sticky taste, the brown color is sometimes used as a coloring. Palm sugar, or brown sugar, or corn sugar is a sweetener made from sap that comes from the male flower bunches of palm trees. Palm sugar is usually also associated with all types of sugar made from sap, which is the liquid released from the flowers of trees from the palm family, such as coconut, palm and sulan. The powdered version of palm sugar is often referred to as ant sugar or crystal sugar. It is called ant sugar because the shape of this sugar resembles the house of ants that nest in the ground. The male flowers of the palm tree are collected first in a bamboo tube to prevent the sap from fermenting, and the sap that has undergone fermentation cannot be made into sugar. Then laru or kawa is added to the bamboo tube, which functions as a natural preservative. Once there is enough, the sap is boiled on the stove in a large pan. The best wood for cooking palm sugar comes from old palm wood. Because this calorie is higher than ordinary firewood, the cooking process is also faster. However, the fire should not be so big that it enters the pan and licks and burns the sugar that is being cooked. If this happens, the sugar will burn, the taste will be bitter and the color will turn black. Palm sugar has formed when the sap becomes thick, heavy when stirred, and if you scoop it out of the pan and pour it back in, the mixture will be broken. And if you pour it into cold water, this concentrated liquid will form an unbroken thread. If that's the case, the dough is removed from the furnace and molded. A long history and enriching culinary traditions in Southeast Asian cultures. In the archipelago itself, its presence has been visible since the time of the Majapahit Kingdom, and perhaps much older than that. Because, although not explicitly, the long history of making brown sugar can be seen in several temple reliefs in Java. What is pleasing is that in recent years, palm sugar, known internationally as palm sugar, has also attracted world attention with its increasingly widespread use in international kitchens. From some information from friends of Arenga, palm sugar export destinations are generally Asian countries including Japan, South Korea and China. In these Asian countries, besides being used as a raw material in the food and beverage industry, palm sugar is also widely used in households such as making sweet foods, syrups, and recipes for coffee and tea drinks. They use it as a substitute for cane sugar. Likewise, there is significant demand from Western countries such as the United States, Canada, New Zealand and European countries. On this continent, palm sugar is mostly used in organic food products or special foods that prioritize natural sugar sources. Several countries in the Middle East and Africa are also not left behind. As Arenga said during an exhibition in Saudi Arabia, the country that exports palm sugar uses it not only in food and drinks, but also uses it in traditional herbal concoctions. Behind the sweet taste of palm sugar, there is an interesting story about the origins and journey of brown sugar through history until now. The history of palm sugar is believed to have started in areas where palm plants were widely distributed, as they are today. Although its origins are debatable, Indonesia is considered the birthplace of palm sugar. The proof is that the palm plant as a source for making palm sugar grows abundantly in Indonesia. They live in mountains, valleys and people's gardens, both as wild and cultivated sugar palm plants. The palm tree has the scientific name, Arenga pinnata, which is the name of a species or single species of the plant which is more commonly known as palm. Meanwhile, Arenga itself is the name of a genus that includes several species in the Arachidea or Palmae family. So, Arenga pinnata belongs to the Arenga genus and the Arachidea or Palmae family. Marco Polo, an ancient Italian explorer, saw the important role of palm trees as a food source in the archipelago at the time. So in his travel journal in Asia, he mentioned a lot about tuak and flour, which are products from the palm plant. Apart from Indonesia, palm sugar is also widely produced in other Southeast Asian countries such as Malaysia, Thailand, the Philippines and Cambodia. Palm sugar also has a strong history in southern China, India, Sri Lanka, Papua New Guinea, and Guam. Apart from Moringa pinnata, the types of trees that are the main source of palm sugar production include palmyra, siwalan, nipa and coconut trees. The process of making palm sugar begins by taking sap from the stalks of male palm fruit bunches of the palm plant. This sap is then boiled until the water evaporates and a sugar concentrate is formed, which is later molded, making ant sugar or liquid palm sugar. Once it has the desired form, palm sugar is ready for consumption, sold locally, nationally or for export. Palm sugar has an important role in food and culture in Southeast Asia. In Indonesia, palm sugar is the main ingredient in many traditional and contemporary foods. In Thailand, palm sugar is known as nam tan piep and is used in typical dishes such as som tam, papaya salad, and pad thai. In India, palm sugar is often used in traditional desserts such as kheer and payasam. Apart from the presence of palm sugar in local cuisine, this sugar also has high cultural value. Palm sugar is often used in traditional ceremonies and religious celebrations in many communities in Southeast Asia. The use of palm sugar in local culture is a symbol of connection with nature and abundant natural resources. At this time, palm sugar is also increasingly popular outside Southeast Asia. In various countries, consumers are increasingly aware of the benefits of palm sugar, which is more natural and lower glycemic compared to white sugar. Apart from that, palm sugar production also provides economic benefits for farmers and local communities in the area. The history of palm sugar is a story that connects culture, tradition, and the rich natural resources of Southeast Asia. From Indonesia to the entire Southeast Asia region and the world, palm sugar remains a valuable commodity. We can taste the sweetness of palm sugar in traditional and contemporary foods and also appreciate the cultural and economic values associated with palm sugar production. Moringa, Indonesia, organic palm sugar producer in Tangerang, Banten. For palm sugar, why don't you try this?